Hey, what's going on, you guys? So for today's video, I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different. I did this one video that I did last year. So throughout the year of 2020, I was coming up with some more ideas, and I was just like, shit. I wish I put these ideas during my video that I made during the beginning of the year. So then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I might as well wait until next year and do a part 2 of this video that I did during the beginning of the year and just do it during the year of 2021. And that's what I'm doing today. So for today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys what games I want to see for the Nintendo Switch part 2. So let's dive in. So now the first game that I would want to see come to the Switch is more SpongeBob Games. So mostly the reason why I say that is mostly just because that I really enjoyed SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Yes, just a little bit. I did a review about this when this game first came out. Just a little bit of flaws and just a little bit of hiccups in the game. But besides those little flaws, I really enjoyed this and I had a lot of fun with this game, but I would love to see more SpongeBob games come to the Switch, new ones or even remastered, but I only have one request, and that is remaster the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game from the GameCube. I think that would be really awesome. Now the second game that I would want to see come to the Switch is more Nickelodeon games. Now, I like the idea what Nickelodeon is doing with their games. For instance, the first one that they did was that they remastered one of the most popular SpongeBob games from the early 2000s, and that was really cool, and this game was done really good, and I would love to see more Nickelodeon games from my childhood being remastered and being put onto the Nintendo Switch. One of the games that I really would love to see come to the Switch, if it was remastered with updated graphics and everything, and it would look really cool, is I need to get that game. I don't have the original game that came out. I need to get that for the GameCube. I'm looking at my game shelf right now, and I don't own the original game. But yeah, having that game remastered and put in the Nintendo Switch, Nicktoons Unite. Nickelodeon, if you guys are watching out there, hopefully you guys are watching this video, because Nicktoons Unite, that would be really awesome. But yeah, with updated graphics, that'd be really cool. And then also, I also been really enjoying these as well, and that is the Nickelodeon Kart Racing. Then they have the sequel one, which was the Grand Prix one. These are kind of like Mario Kart games, but with just Nickelodeon characters. And I've been kind of really enjoying these ones as well. Not the greatest games, but really entertaining as well. And that's also another option as well that I like that Nickelodeon is doing sports games as well. I would love to see more sports games or something to where you can have a combination or a collaboration or something like that with Nickelodeon characters. I would love to see maybe a basketball game. I remember having a computer game of that one as well, where you can have SpongeBob, Tommy, and all these Nickelodeon characters, and you're playing basketball. I think that would be really cool as well to see on the Switch. And I also do remember, now I don't know if this one came out in the early 2000s. I think I might have been in my early teenagers or something when this one came out. But I do remember for the Wii, there was that Nicktoons baseball game. Now, those were not the greatest Nickelodeon games, but still fun and really entertaining and enjoyable as well. So yeah, so overall, I do like where Nickelodeon is at right now and what they're doing. I would love to see more remastered games from games I remember playing from my childhood, and even more sports games with Nickelodeon characters. But then also too, I would love to see even new Nickelodeon games as well. Maybe some new SpongeBob games or something, or with some older Nickelodeon characters or something, maybe making some new games as well. But I do like where Nickelodeon is at with their ideas here. Now, the third game that I would want to see for the Switch is Sonic Generations. Now, with this game, this was the one game that actually made me just think shit, I wish I put this on my list during the beginning of the year of 2020 when I made this video. And also, this was also the game that actually made me say, let's just make a part 2 and I could do the beginning of the year of 2021. So now for this one, I heard it as rumors for Sonic's 30th anniversary. God, can you believe that Sonic's gonna be 30 years old? Man, that's crazy. Well, anyways, the article said that Sega's planning on doing what Nintendo did for Mario's 35th anniversary with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Like, Sega's planning on taking like a couple of Sonic games and putting it on one cartridge. Now, the article did have a list of a couple of Sonic games that may appear on for Sonic's 30th anniversary, but to be honest with you guys, I completely forgot the other Sonic games, mostly just because that when I saw Sonic Generations on the list, I was just like, yes! Mostly just because that I remembered my friend Moises actually getting this game for his PS3, and I remembered playing it only one time in my life, and I just fell in love with it. This is one of my top favorite Sonic games, and shortly after that, I remembered going to GameStop, and then I found out that they had it on the 3DS, and I had the 3DS, and I was like, I gotta get this game. So I remember that I went back home, I saved up my allowance money, and mostly just because that back then I was in my early teenage years, so I didn't have a job back then, so I saved up a couple of weeks of saving up my allowance money, and then I finally went in there, picked up the game, and I popped it in my 3DS, and I played it, and then I was just disappointed because it was not like it was on the PS3. The story was there and everything, but the gameplay was just entirely different than it was on the PS3. Now, this was the only version that was released on Nintendo's system. I remember that shortly after the 3DS version, I remembered actually doing research to see if there was actually one that was released on a Nintendo home console, because I remember that they would do it to where they would release one game on a DS or on a handheld system, and then they would do another version for a home console version. But then with Sonic Generations, for some weird reason they didn't do that, so I was a little upset about that. So I was always hoping to see a console version for Sonic Generations on a Nintendo console, so I'm hoping that the rumors are true that we might see Sonic Generations on the Nintendo Switch, and that would be super awesome to actually see it on there, and to be able to take Sonic Generations wherever I go, play it at home, go somewhere, that would be awesome. So yeah, Sonic Generations. Now, the fourth game that I would want to see for the Switch, since that we're on the topic of Sonic, since we just got done talking about Sonic Generations, now the second Sonic game that I would want to see, I don't think this was on the list, but I'm going to put this on my list. The other Sonic game that I would want to see, if they do like a collection set where they do a couple of Sonic games on one cartridge, like Mario's 3D All-Stars, the other Sonic game that I would want to see would be Sonic Heroes! Sonic Heroes! Mostly the reason why, now I don't really have a fully story of an explanation why I would want to see this for the Switch, mostly just because that it would be really cool to see this game updated, remastered, and being put onto the Switch, but mostly just because that, for me, this is a childhood classic for me. This was the Sonic game that got me started just loving video games and getting me into video games. But then also, too, this was the game that actually got me into the love of the Sonic franchise. So it'd be really cool to have this game on the Nintendo Switch. Last and final game, the fifth game that I chose to see on the Switch is more Game Boy games updated and remastered like Nintendo did with Link's Awakening. Now, why is that? Is that mostly just because that when I saw this game being advertised, seeing trailers and stuff for this game, I remembered I was just so fascinated how Nintendo just did such a great job just taking a Game Boy game that was released for the Game Boy and actually updating the graphics and everything and putting it on the Switch. The game just looked beautiful. It just looked so clean and so nice and everything, and it was just like, it really fascinated me. And I was always kind of thinking, like, I've always say this as well. I think Nintendo should make more games like this. And I do have like my own little list of games that I would want to see that would be kind of good choices that they could update and see remastered and updated for the Switch. The first game is Super Mario Land. That would be a good one. And then Super Mario Land 2, that would be another good one. And as well, that's my favorite Mario Land game as well. And then the third and final choice is that Contra game that was released for the Game Boy, Operation C. So those are my first 3 choices of Game Boy games I would want to see updated and remastered like Link's Awakening for the Switch. Well, that's it, you guys. Those are the list of games that I would want to see for the Switch. So now I am done with part 2. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is a different type of video, but also this is kind of a fun video to do as well. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But also too, before I forget, comment down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you guys want to see a part 3. I might do another one for next year. And also too, what are some games that you guys would want to see for the Switch? I would like to hear your guys' thoughts. So yeah, so anyways, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you guys can be notified every single time I make a video. So, peace.